Many people think cannibals are just a myth or something that only exists in movies. But trust me when I say this, cannibals are real and some of them are actually quite friendly. In today's video, we will explore 5 real cannibals from history that actually existed. And while some of them are quite scary, others are even sad. Let's get into it. Alfred Packer was an American man who was known for his brutal acts of cannibalism. He is said to have killed and eaten over 50 people between the years of 1901 and 1906. His gruesome crimes included flaying his victims alive, roasting their flesh, and eating it with their bones. What's really scary about Alfred Packer is that he seemed to have no remorse for his actions. In fact, he was even reported to have laughed while committing his atrocities. During his trial, he claimed to have committed the murders in self-defense, and even tried to blame them on an accomplice. However, evidence against him was overwhelming, and he was found guilty of murder and cannibalism. He was sentenced to life in prison, where he spent the rest of his days planning more murders. Even though there is no proof that he actually ate over 50 people, many believe that this man could have easily been one of the most prolific serial killers if he had been caught. Sonny Bean was a Scottish man who lived during the 16th century. He was said to be the leader of a group of cannibals who lived in a cave in the NNA woodland. According to legend, Sonny and his gang would lure travelers into their cave under the pretense of helping them, but they would eventually kill and eat their victims. The story goes that Sonny's wife was the first to suggest cannibalism, and after that, the whole family jumped on the wagon. They were said to have operated 4 years before they were finally discovered. When authorities finally raided their cave, they found over 1,000 human bones. While there is no historical evidence to support these claims, the story of Sonny Bean has become a popular legend in Scottish folklore. The Fiji mermaid is a supposed creature that was exhibited in the 19th century as a curiosity. It was said to be the preserved remains of a creature that had the upper body of a human and the lower body of a fish. Many people believed that the Fiji mermaid was a real creature that had been caught in the waters of Fiji. However, it was later revealed that it was actually a hoax. The Fiji mermaid was likely created by combining the parts of different animals and then dressing them up to look like a mythical creature, despite being exposed as a fake. The story of the Fiji mermaid continued to circulate in popular culture. Jeffrey Dahmer was an American serial killer who was convicted of murdering 17 men between the years of 1978 and 1991. His crimes were particularly gruesome, as he would often dismember his victims and then preserve their body parts as souvenirs. Dahmer also admitted to engaging in cannibalism, necrophilia, and even drinking the blood of his victims. He was finally caught when one of his victims managed to escape and then alerted the police. When they searched his house, they found body parts all over the place. Jeffrey Dahmer was later sentenced to 15 life sentences plus 30 years, but he was killed in 1994 by a fellow inmate. Cornelis van Haarlem was a Dutch man who became famous for his bizarre crimes in the early 20th century. He was convicted of killing and eating at least 3 people, but it is suspected that he may have killed up to 15. What made Van Houten's crimes so shocking was the way he carried them out. He would invite strangers back to his home, plying them with alcohol and drugs, before eventually killing them. He would then dismember the bodies and preserve them in jars, which he would later sell to unsuspecting customers. Van Houten was eventually caught when one of his customers found human flesh in a stew that they had purchased from him. He was later sentenced to 10 years in prison, but was released early due to good behavior. While these cannibals may seem like they came straight out of a horror movie, it's important to remember that they are real people who committed terrible crimes. Cannibalism is a rare but well-documented phenomenon that has occurred throughout history. While there are many reasons why people might resort to eating human flesh, it is always a disturbing and taboo subject.